We are joined by Chief Kevin McGee. He is the chair of Terrorism and Homeland Security Committee. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Tara. It's great to be here.
So today's climate, unfortunately, we have to talk about active shooters.
Sure.
Can you tell us what information and what resources are out there in regards to the Terrorism and Homeland Security Committee on what fire chiefs can do when they're faced with a situation?
Well, this is an urgent topic for the fire service and for public safety in general. Fire departments and EMS agencies must work with their law enforcement partners to prepare for these incidents. And as we're seeing even within the last few days, there's no community that's immune from an act of violence event, no matter how big or how small you are. And what we do is very critical in the survivability of people who are attacked from these vicious incidents. So our committee has done a lot of work. There's a lot of resources that we have available for fire departments. You can go to our webpage and we have an active shooter toolkit. We've gotten all the literature that we can find on this topic that's available to the fire service, and we hope our members take advantage of it. And reach out to your police department if you haven't done so already. And begin developing your policies and training. There's a lot of good model policies out there for you to follow. So, and looking at the NFPA 3000 document for guidance as well.
What are some of the other big issues that you're working on this year?
Well, currently our focus is on cybersecurity and information sharing. So those two key areas are important to us because not only from a cybersecurity is our mission critical technology systems at risk from cyber attacks, but we also must respond if there is a major cyber attack in our communities or in our nation. And we're examining what our role is in the event there is a major attack that knocks out critical infrastructure. What is the fire service role? And so we're currently working with the Army Cyber Institute to conduct some exercises to examine what are the physical impacts of a cyber attack that the fire service might need to respond to. How does response to a cyber institute fit within the NIM system? And what kind of resources could we put together for the fire service in the event that they must respond to an incident, large incident such as this? The other key area is information sharing. If our members recall the 9/11 report, one of the vulnerabilities of our nation was that our disciplines and our agencies weren't communicating and sharing information. And so that report recommended that we tear down the silos. And a key player in information sharing is the fire service. We're a recipient of information, but we're also a producer of information. So it's important that we're at the table with the Joint Counterterrorism Assessment Team, the FBI's Joint Terrorism Task Forces within the regions, and also our local fusion centers.
So going back to being cyber safe, how can the fire department know that their communication is cyber safe?
The first thing they need to do is reach out to their jurisdictional chief information officer and have that discussion about what their critical, mission critical information systems are and how they can be protected from a cyber attack, from spoofing and phishing and those types of things. There's three key components of an information technology system. There's hardware, there's software, and the third one is orgware. Orgware is the people. And the terrorists, the hackers, they understand the most vulnerable part of that system is the people. And that's what they go for. You have a department of, let's say, 100 people. It only takes one person for a hacker to infiltrate your system and shut it down and then demand ransomware to be able to get your system back up and running.
All right, Chief McGee, fantastic information. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. It's great to be here.